In nature's embrace. Ah, Tegan, your presence here is most welcome. I have another task to which your maturing skills are well suited. Attend me closely. Expansive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the traces of a sizable disturbance you previously cleansed, I can only conclude that this phenomenon is the work of a malign agent. It must be found swiftly, lest the corruption spread, and I would have you assist in the investigate. Guildmaster, you must let me help. Sylphie? Since I got back from the South Shroud, I spent all my time studying the forces of nature. I even sat through one of Hila Nolanel's lectures. The 12-foot is crying out in pain. My skills are still a bit lacking in some areas, but I want to do what I can for the forest. Lacking? Sylphie, you have yet to master a single offensive spell. Without the means to defend yourself, it would be far too dangerous to send you off into the forest alone. So I am to stay here, then? Not necessarily. Tegan, with your consent, I would have Sylphie accompany you once more. I do not propose this arrangement solely with her safety in mind. Given the nature of the investigation, it is likely that Sylphie's innate talent for hearing will prove as useful to you as your conjury will to her. There is much you might accomplish together. Yeah. Sylphie, you are not to approach any sources of corruption without Tegan at your side. Do I make myself clear? And should you chance to encounter the origin of the disturbances, do not initiate a confrontation. Too often you allow your curiosity to overwhelm your good sense. Now go, and may the elements watch over you. Yes, Guildmaster. Something tells me we should start at the quarry mill in the South Shroud. Meet me there as soon as you can, Tegan, and hurry, the corruption is spreading. Yeah, we can't possibly travel together. That's not how this works yet. I had a moment there where I thought Mariol was T-posing. Just stood there like, I obviously can't T-pose, otherwise I would. Then I teleport back out to South Shroud. I can't teleport to South Shroud. So I guess we're going to... Oh, it's Quarry Mill, isn't it? It would be quicker to go to East Shroud. Whoops. Oh well. I guess this gives us more opportunity to ride our chocobo. Let's go, Matilda. See Matilda in her chocobo barding. In her behemoth barding, sorry. Looking as close as we can get with only one set of barding like a cat. Still a long way off. Classic chocobo music. With little flurry vignettes. Almost to the South Shroud. We took the long route. We must be in nature's embrace. And then become white mages. And then get a unicorn. In all honesty, this stream is not going to make a lot of story progress. The amount of story progress we're going to make in this entire stream is probably join Grand Company, go back to Waking Sands, maybe one dungeon at a push. But the out of story progress we're going to make, we're going to get our level 30, which is this, get our Chocobo, complete Halatali, become a White Mage, get the Unicorn mount, probably do some other stuff, no doubt. Buscarans, Dorothos. Running off to the quarry mill. Don't mind me, I'm just a sneaky mouse getting through. Ignoring the fighting, just trying to escape. Oh, I guess that yellow area is where we were actually going. Orange area. Not yellow, orange area. But I don't know if I've unlocked Quarry Mill yet. I have. Okay, I could have just done that then. I really want to make this work. Maybe it's just Company Chocobo. No, no it's not. Worth a try. Hi, Selfie. Corrupted soil. Oh, I should have done the feisty little Chocobo before this. Because now I'm losing out on Chocobo experience. I need to make Matilda powerful. Hi, Sylphie. That was brilliant, Tegan. But it was only the start. The forest still groans in pain. I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north? No, the northeast. Let's go and have a look. But first... my feisty little Chocobo. It is there. So I do just need to be level 30, which is okay because I am. With all this rain, I think I need to ride one of the other mounts. I've got this lovely umbrella. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Protected from the rain. I'm such a little mouse, I'm being carried away by the wind. Drifting along under my umbrella. I believe it does it. My feisty little Chocobo. The unmistakable smell of Chocobo clings to you, adventurer. Would I be correct in assuming that you have your own trusty steed? Aye, I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advance of Le Quilot. over at Bent Branch Meadows. The Ishgardian native is something of a prodigy in all matters concerning our fine-feathered friends. He should be able to help you attain greater affinity with your bird. Why, thank you. But now I need to fly all the way back there. To the Bent Branch Meadow. Lots of flying around. Maybe I should have been teleporting. A lot of this back and forth could have been cut out, and then I would have made much speedier progress. But also I'm enjoying flying around. Look weird when you jump with the umbrella mount. Given that you're not even touching the floor to start with. Good day to you, Tegan. Is there something you need? You wish to have your chocobo trained in combat. This is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing. Asking it to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help train your chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Very well. To begin, we will need a bunch of Geisel greens. Jasal? I always call them Geisel greens, but actually looking at the word, it's like it probably shouldn't be. You have my leave to pick one from the fields yonder. Return here when you have it. Hello, Amelia Zoe 1. How are you today? Have you acquired the greens? I have. Here you go. Superb. I'm glad you're doing well. I am just going through a bunch of random side quests for Final Fantasy ARR. I'm doing well as well. Yeah, I'm currently unlocking Fighting Chocobo, because I just got my Chocobo, and then I need to finish off doing my level 30 Conjurer quest, then unlocking White Mage, becoming a White Mage, unlocking the Unicorn mount, and then I can continue with my story, which I think I'm at like level 15 or something in. I only just joined a grand company, so it's like 20 or something. There's a lot to do. Then we shall get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but chocobos are highly fond of Geisel greens. My pronunciation is also going to be horrible. How many times I stream a week? I try to do it at least once a week. Normally on Sundays, but last Sunday I ended up having a bit of hiatus. Not really a hiatus. I ended up doing a little stream on Wednesday instead. And initially I wasn't going to be streaming this Sunday because I had work to do, but I ended up being ill. So in my illness and not wellness, I cannot attend work, and therefore I'm going to spend a weekend playing Final Fantasy and streaming it for everyone. So hopefully we're going to make a bunch of progress and get through the story a bunch. I am an anime fan. I watch way too much of it, and have done for like a good amount of years. I was about to date myself then, and I'm like, nope, I will leave it at a good amount of years. What about yourself? Ooh, all-time favourite anime. I have a few that I always recommend to people. So normally if someone's like, oh, do you have any anime that you recommend? I would go, what sort of anime do you enjoy watching? And I will recommend you one based on that. If they are more into like action fighty sort of animes, a lot of the shonen animes, then I quite a lot of the time recommend Cowboy Bebop as an obvious one, or what's the other I recommend? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is also a great shonen anime. If they're more into shoujo or that sort of side of things, then I love recommending Anohana as one of my all-time personal favourites. But you need to be ready for a good cry if you're going to watch that anime, because it hits pretty hard as it goes on. I also love the films Your Name and Paprika as well, and all Studio Ghibli stuff is just fantastic, top of the line. Can't go wrong with a Studio Ghibli film. I was a all-time favorite is Naruto. Naruto is a good show. It's one of the more popular ones, so it does get some flack from people who are like, but it's not as good as One Piece, or it's not as good as Dragon Ball Z, or it's not as good as other big brand name well-known anime. But Naruto is really good. I really enjoyed it. I watched all of the original series and then watched Shippuden as it was coming out. I'm probably pronouncing that horribly as well. My pronunciation of certain things is not great. I'm from the UK, so very stuck in my horrendous English ways. I try not to be, but pronunciation-wise, sometimes I can be way off base, especially with this game. Like, a lot of the Gridanian stuff is French-inspired, and some of the time I just don't know how to pronounce it, so I'll just kind of wing it, and might be right. I could be right, but I wouldn't know. Like, this guy's name, I would just do Luquelot, but I'm like, I could be wrong. So we feed our Chocobo Geisel greens, or Jasal greens. What was on my mind when I came up with my model design? Oh, so I've built a little bit of lore around Tegan Mooson, and I am a mouse girl, as you can tell by the ears, but a bubblegum mouse, as you might be able to tell from the hair colour, inspired by bubblegum cola bottles, which I love. They are amazing. And then just like, I wanted some cute clothes and a couple of little trinkets and tidbits of gaming paraphernalia. I drew it myself. I rigged it myself, which was the first time I've rigged anything, so it was a bit... There's occasional little spots where it's a bit like, this could be better. But for a first attempt, I thought I did quite well. I got a good range of movement, and I can even put the, there we go. I can even put my Matilda away, just in case. But for the time being, Matilda is also watching, so we'll keep her here. Yeah, so with our Chocobo, we feed it Geisel Greens and then it calls out and helps us fight, which is good. That's generally what he's saying. Make our way to the Sorrel Haven and defeat a Brood Ziz to complete the quest. So we... that one. Let's jump over all of the bits and pieces, get out of the companion menu. We want to be able to summon it. And I think we want the attacker stance, given that we're playing a healer for the most part. We haven't got a level yet, so we don't need to do any of that. Have I considered the custom VTuber panels? I didn't know there were custom VTuber panels, and I do not know what that is. I'm fairly new to the whole VTubing thing. I've considered it several times, and I've watched a couple of VTubers. But I just wanted to, I enjoy drawing, so I drew my own, and then decided that I wanted to try rigging. So I made my own VTuber, and then that's how I got into it, really. I'm not well ingrained into the whole system of how it all works. I would love for you to elaborate. I wish to learn if there is things to learn, which I'm sure there is, but there's probably a lot to learn. Ooh. It has held your message, but I can read it, so that's okay. In custom VTuber panels, we incorporate the VTubers. Ooh. That's very cool. I would love that. I would love a cohesive aesthetic to everything. I don't know how I go about doing that, but that would be really awesome. I'll just allow that. Any suggestions regarding that? Would I consider it? I would definitely take on board any suggestions anyone has. Consider you to draw it for me. I would definitely be interested in chatting more about it. Possibly not while I'm in the middle of a stream, because I can't really do... I can do a bit of responding, but I don't really want to go into details of like the ins and outs of it all. Discord definitely works. I have my own Discord group, and you can definitely jump in there. That like my Discord group is linked on the screen, so that's probably the easiest way to find me on Discord. But yeah, I would definitely, when I'm finished streaming, which I don't know when it'll be, because I'm just going to be streaming until probably late this evening. Yeah, I'd love to discuss more details. Thank you so much for all your help as well. Like, it's very cool to find more information out. There we go. Now Matilda can be an attacker. I still haven't set up that macro. I'm sorry, Matilda. Don't mind me, I'm just cheekily jumping up a wall. So, you have successfully negotiated your first few battles with your chocobo. Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring fighting with your feathered companion? Your chocobo can make up some of your shortcomings, or build upon your strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the two of you might complete each other. Complement one another. Through some experimentation, you will come to find the approach that serves you best. Before I forget, I have one last parting gift. A saddlebag for your chocobo. Carrying Gasol greens about can be quite cumbersome after all, and there should be sufficient room in your personal belongings there should the need arise. I pray it serves you well on your travels. Yeah, extra inventory space. That's definitely why I did this all. I do not have extra inventory space yet. Thank you very much for adding me. I will definitely get back to you on more information on all of this, because that would be incredibly useful, and I would love to have more cohesion and a sort of unified theme. I have sort of been working on little bits and pieces of that sort of thing. Like I drew a bunch of emotes recently for my Discord group. I need to make a proper, my next thing on my little checklist of projects relating to my streaming is that I plan on drawing a better, more on theme, I would say, piece of art to go on my break screens. Because my break screen artwork was kind of a rush job. I realised I didn't have one, and so I kind of threw it together, and it's not the best. It's a bit slapdash, and I'd love to have a proper one. So that's my plan is to do like a proper art piece of my character, of myself, and then use that as a break screen rather than what I've got currently, which serves its purpose but isn't perfect. So yeah, that's my next plan. So I'm sort of slowly unifying. I do want to pick that up, but I will open the gate. Do not worry. Where was I even going? The wrong way is the answer to where I was going. Right. Now I remember why I was coming up here. Well, thank you very much for offering assistance and for bringing all this information to my attention, because without you I wouldn't have even known this was a possibility, and I likely wouldn't have reached that conclusion. We can come back and get those. Ooh, simple spectacles. Simple spectacles. I need to add my glasses into my character. Oh, I need to... Weird. They're an item that I get and then I have to use to then unlock face wear. Silver? Silver? Simple. Silver. Pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah. Now I can see properly. I've got my glasses on in game. And I got the guys for greens, which is why I came all the way up here. Because then I can always have Matilda helping me out when I need. I can now run off back to South Shroud, hand in that quest, finish that one off, and then continue with Nature's Embrace. Yeah. Nice bit of flying around. It's still a long travel, even if I am mounted. Although, why am I using the umbrella? It's not raining anymore. Me and Matilda can ride away instead. Much better. Oh, that's what that was. I didn't finish that one off. I'll just remove that one for the time being. I will come back to it when I come back. Good thing I checked, otherwise I would have written all the way down to a place name that I can't remember. Camp Tranquil. I would have written all the way down to Camp Tranquil, realised that it wasn't a quest hand in and had to come all the way back up here again. Following phantom quests now. Okay, where did Sylphie get to? Sneak around. Oh. I did not sneak well enough. Run! We're okay. Ooh. Come on, random enemies attacking us in the middle of our fight against the corrupt Floyd. There we go. Go, Matilda. Win the day. Doing really well, Tegan. But I think there's another one. And, well, it calls me even more fervently than the last. It's to the east, I think. Yes, to the east. No problem, Amelia Zoe. I'm glad you tuned in, and thank you again for helping me out. I will definitely shoot you a message when I have finished my stream later on. Corrupted soil. The spam kicking. Like, I definitely will. Enjoy your grocery shopping and have a good rest of your weekend or rest of your day or whatever else you plan on doing. There's another disturbance, and it's big, really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wronger, I think. I think it might be what's causing all of this. I know Brother Isumi said we weren't to confront it, but we can't just let it corrupt the rest of the forest. And however powerful it is, it can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. What I mean to say is I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here, somewhere to the southeast, I think. Should we at least have a closer look? Sylphie, this is a bad idea. But we're going to do it anyway. Here we go. Time to fight. I don't think you need to be able to hear the voices of the forest to notice that, do you, Tegan? Notice what? The corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, the sense of wrongness I had suddenly felt less, just felt less. It's almost as if it's holding its breath or hiding. But we found them. Do you see that? It's just that one spot. There. The air seems wrong. I'm going to pull this demon into existence. Ah! Ugh. Horrible looking thing. Come on. Careful, Tegan. You'll be paralyzed if you meet its gaze too long. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Not even struggling mana-wise. close. Instead of killing the imp first. Does that make sense? It doesn't. It's a silly idea to try and kill the imps first. Yay! Sylphie! No! No, she's just gone crazy. We're fine. Isn't it amazing, Tegan? Did the breeze always feel this good? Yep, she's definitely crazy. Was the ground always this warm? I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. Oh, you're injured. Here. Don't worry, healing doesn't drain me anymore. Not since I learned how to borrow it from nature. And I have you to thank for that, Tegan. Let's return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Isumi. Yes, we do. We have to tell him that we went against his orders and ended up killing a giant eye. But luckily we can quick travel there by hitting the return button. Yeah! Sprint! Isumi-yan. Welcome back, Tegan, Sylphie. Our mission was a success, Guildfather. I went midway between Grandfather and Guildmaster there. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the two of you conspired to defy my orders. Well, the forest was suffering. We couldn't just walk away. It's not Tegan's fault, it's mine. It was all my idea. I take full responsibility. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing. I did not foresee. I am of no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Gridania is indebted to you and for your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Akoman had taken root in the calamity-weakened soil. There was no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated that creature. And if I'm not mistaken, Sylphie, you succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during the battle. How did you? Yes, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Tegan, and then I suddenly felt the power surging through me. That is as it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which the heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you opened your heart to nature, and nature responded to your need. But we must not forget your part in this, Tegan. It is clear to me that your journey with Sylphie has brought you still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you are ready for the last of my teachings. Thus it is with great pleasure that I pass on another of our guild's magics. A more potent form of the cure spell is now at yours to command. I have no doubt that it will serve you well in your continuing endeavours. Wheresoever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Yep. Ooh, what do we want? I think just a piece of gear is fine. We'll go with the jacket. We'll go with the jacket for now. Yeah, I like Cure 2. I think I got a new staff. This one time, level 30. That's quite a funny achievement title. Complete one of the Disciples of War and Magic class quests available at level 30. This one time, level 30, I helped defeat Akoman, and I learned to become a White Mage. It was actually at level 31, but pernickety little things. That's what I was doing, going to the character page. Yep. And then we re-glamour over the top. Because I don't want to wear a bright yellow coat. Well, I do want to wear a bright yellow coat, but not as part of my outfit. And now I'm going to do a quick teleport here. We have 99 tickets, but I'm not using them because I'm saving them for, I guess, Endwalker and Dawn Trail, because that's when teleport, or Endwalker specifically, it's when teleports get very expensive. Come on, Matilda, let's ride down to Camp Tranquil. Wait. Can I not unlock it yet? I don't think I'm high enough in the story. Fair enough. Off we go to Vesper Bay, I guess. Back to the Waking Sands to do some more story. No becoming a White Mage yet, because I'm not high enough in the story, I think. That or it was next to Usinia and I just completely ignored it. One of the two. But we'll do this quest and then we'll... No, isn't it the self-management that we need to do to unlock? I don't know. Maybe. Something wants to tell me it's self-management. Which will be in like 10 levels of story. So we're going to get a good chunk of story done before we become a White Mage. Welcome back, Tegan. Lady Memphilia awaits you within. I think this is where she's going to introduce me to the twins. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment office called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Tegan. Now, when last we spoke, I said I wanted you to meet some friends. Did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met them. Tartaru, please show them in. Oh, it's going to be Biggs and Wedge instead. This way, sirs. It's Biggs and Wedge. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... Gods, man, spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Wait. Why? Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you. To stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Oh, self-management. Maybe it's quicker than I thought. Maybe I was almost directly on it.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you.
Glad that they could do some of their own talking.
Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldesion?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalymo, Ida, a synopsis, if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like Gisselcreens, floating
Gissel.
ones that worship the primal Ramu.
Gissel is not how I would have pronounced that. As you can tell by my Geisel and Gisal. Gissel greens.
Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us?
Of course.
I am
Of course
grateful.
I'll help.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help,
I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Us. I'm also going to be there. Very much an us. Go back to the Adder's Nest. I just came from there. I just came from there. I can't use my return straight away. I guess I'll teleport. Oh. No, it's all good. It doesn't cost that much. Otherwise, if it did cost a lot, I would be using my my tickets, my free Aethernet tickets. Actually, now that I've got a Chocobo saddlebag, I should make sure I don't accidentally use my Aethernet tickets by mistake by putting them in the saddlebag. I can also stick my glamour stuff and all my dyes in there. Helps clear a bunch of inventory space. The Chocobos, the Fantasia, the Magic Prisms, Chandeling's token I don't need for now, Gold Source ticket I don't need for now. Vesper tickets I'll keep out. And there we go. I've broken my inventory down into basically nothing. Yes. This way. I have a sail. We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to... beg pardons. It is a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? I'm here to help with Sylph management. We come in peace. Well, if it isn't Private Mooson reporting for duty. That's the zeal I like to see from an enterprising young serpent. Morning, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida and Papalimo. Always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelve's Wood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind. And 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylph's relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning among our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Nope, don't like that. Should there ever be a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribe, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry indeed. Do we strike at Ramu, or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound with Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. The Sylphs of Little Solus remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on the tempered brethren, That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Suffolk tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of the productive parley. En route to Little Solus, you will come upon the Hawthorn Hut. Our official stationed there can enlighten you on how to win the sylph's favour. May your expeditions be a worthwhile one. Good. A friendly palaver with the sylphs. This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorn Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this is as straightforward as you say, Papolino. Nod. Lots of chatting. Turn to me. Yes. Let's do a quick run back up here to the Conjurer's Guild. Firstly, because the crystal here is closer. And secondly, to double check the map. There we go, Sea of Folly. I think that's the White Mage quest. Sea of Folly is either the White Mage quest, or it might be the... No, it shouldn't be the... It should be the White Mage quest. Because if it was the Unicorn quest, I can only get that when I'm a White Mage. So it shouldn't have unlocked yet. Hello, Izumi-yan. There it is, the White Mage Dropstone. Tegan, I'm glad you have come. I have a task of the utmost urgent... of a most urgent and confidential nature, and I can think of none other to whom I can entrust it. You are doubtless familiar with the Seed Seers, yes? Kani Sane, Elder Seed Seer, leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, and guardian of our fair nation, clearly needs no introduction. But know you also of her siblings? The two young Pajals, Sister Rhea Osena, and... I've been saying Kana Isana, but it's actually Kana Isena. Kan Isena. Anyway, the two young Pajals, Sister Rhea Osena and brother Auron Sena, make for Evershade as we speak, where they will perform a ritual of great import. Verily, such import that it would be no overstatement to say that the very fate of Gridania hangs in the balance. As you well know, we dwell in this forest by the good graces of the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood, and most of all the great one who dwells within the guardian tree. Yet our ceaseless warring and ill treatment of the trees that shelter us around have aroused the great one's ire, and it is only by the quieting the ritual of which I spoke, that he may be placated. Thus did the two Seed Seers set out for Evershade, with nary a guard to accompany them. Therein lies the rub, and the nature of the favour I ask of you. By no means would I question the powers of the Seed Seers, but with the Great One's anger mounting, the Twelveswood becomes a threatening domain for even the most pursuant of conjurers. Pray hasten to Evershade, and see that no harm befalls the two. No problem. I definitely can do. To the Evershade. Yeah. Oh, just interrupted my own mounting process. Oh, I need to make sure that gets moved over here. Better. Dun, 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 dun. Rhea Osana. Hello. Oh god. Curses. How can we hope to make it to the Guardian Tree with these ghastly creatures bursting forth like rampant weeds? If I'd known what we were in for, I'd have brought along a wood whaler or two. In fact, I dare say we should return and do exactly that. No, do not be such a coward, sister. No, that was her talking the whole time. Oh, do not be such a coward, sister. We are seed seers. These overgrown vermin are no match for us. Bold words, brother, but were they true words? We would have dispatched our enemies and arrived safely at our destination bells ago. A conjurer, are you? Brother Isumi, ever the warrior. For once, however, his solicitude is most welcome. Might you help us dispose of these foul creatures? Have you no pride, sister? A seed seer does not beg the aid of some common adventurer. Enough, brother. We have a duty to perform, a duty that takes precedence over your silly notions of pride. Now enough talk, let us see to these pests. Fight time. I said fight time. Big bang. Both my mages, they can move to them. Or both use instead. Oh, I've been silent. That's very annoying. Just take that. Stop. Yeah, did it. Yes. Now they can go and do their ritual. Ooh, the tree gives me the jobstone. That crystal. Do my eyes deceive me, or does this adventure inherit the legacy of Atoa Kant? Why? It was none other than Atoa himself who last performed the quieting. No, I do not believe this adventurer's arrival is merely coincidence. Bearer of the soul crystal, inheritor of arcane knowledge, long since forbidden to those not of our kind. I know not why it is you he chose, but I believe our great forefather has led you to join us. Has led you to us today. Ancient tradition dictates that the quieting be performed by 3 Padchals. But I misspeak. The ritual is to be performed by 3 white mages. If Master Atoa truly has chosen this adventurer as his successor, You speak madness, sister. Surely you have not forgotten that Pajal tradition strictly forbids sharing the teachings with those not of our kind. The power of white magic is far too great to risk it falling into the wrong hands. And so you would uphold tradition merely for tradition's sake, even at the risk of incurring the Great One's wrath and bringing disaster upon our forest home? Have you little faith in your own ability, sister? We are seed seers, more than capable of slaying any beast in our way and carrying out the ritual on our own. Oh, he's run away now. Well, now it is only going to be two of us, because it's just going to be us two. This petty bickering is getting us nowhere. Adventurer, I am sorry to trouble you with our silly sibling squabbles. If you've got the time, I would speak to you further, but not here. Come to Camp Tranquil, and come quickly. Time is of the essence. Yeah. Oh god, I just realised how far Camp Tranquil is. This is going to be quite a long ride. I forgot I was in Middle Shroud and not South Shroud already. Sorry if I haven't been talking much while riding backwards and forwards. Being ill means I haven't slept a lot, and so I am very sleepy. And when it's just riding and listening to the Chocobo music, I am just sort of dozing quietly here. Just being a bit like, we're almost there. They're just up here. Yep. Thank you for coming, adventurer. Forgive my brother's rudeness. Cannot help that he was born with a head of solid stone. Anyways, I do not believe we have been properly introduced. I am Rhea Osena, a Pajal, as you can see, and sister of the elder seeds here. You are Tegan, yes? Brother Isumi has spoken of you, and most highly at that. As you no doubt have heard, my brother Arun and I were en route to the Guardian Tree. There, the Great One, by whose grace we dwell here, resides. The gentlest of guardians when at peace, a destructive force that knows no bounds when angered. As the Great One goes, so goes our fate. The creatures you helped us dispatch, doubtless they too were roused to hostility by the Great One in his anger. You need only look around you to see the forest grows more and more threatening with each passing hour. So it is that we travelled here to quell the Great One's fury, to perform the quieting. In days of old, the ritual was, without fail, performed by 3 white mages. With our elder sister occupied with her many duties, my brother and I thought to attempt it on our own. Arun was quite confident, but I had my doubts. It was then that you arrived, and shortly thereafter became one of the chosen few to be gifted with the White Mage's soul crystal. 'Tis no small honour that gem marks you as an inheritor of the magic of our ancestors. My brother's pride may be blind, but the signs are as clear as day to me. You are not Pajal, but Atoa Kant meant for you to be here today, to perform the ritual with us. Atoa Kant is known to all as one of the greatest mages in our history, but even more so, he was known for being something of an eccentric. In defiance of tradition, he bid farewell to his forest home, wandering the realm and healing the wounds of the land and its people wheresoever he went. A most admirable cause, yes? But alas, Atoa was never to return. He perished in a far-off land, and having taken no apprentices, his legendary powers were lost to us for eternity. Or so I believed, until I met you. And yet, for all his stubbornness, there was some truth to my brother's words. Ancient laws forbid us from sharing the teachings of white magic outside of our own kind. And there are reasons for this, which I would share with you when the time is right. There are many who would not approve of this arrangement. Still, I am convinced that it is Atoa's will that we bring you into the fold. And so I welcome you, Tegan of the White. I can feel the Great One's fury welling up even now. Time is short, and yet, while you may have been chosen by Atoa, I fear your journey as a white mage has just begun. Return to me when you have further honed your skills, and we shall proceed with your training. Oh, so much text. She really likes to talk. Armory unlocked, White Mage unlocked, all these other things unlocked. The arcane knowledge of Atoa Kant. Your next White Mage quest is available from Rhea Osena upon reaching level 35. I'm a White Mage! I did it! Jobs. Go to the character screen. Whip that. White Mage. That's 1 to 30. I lost what I was doing there. I really am sleepy. Given that I am being very sleepy, I'm going to take a very short break, get up, move around a little bit, and then I will come back and hopefully be a little bit more awake to continue streaming. So it'll only be a very short break. I will just run up here. Maybe there's a bench up here, maybe there isn't. I don't know. But I will run up here and sit down somewhere. And I don't think I'm going to go over to the break screen. I think it's just, oh, I'll sit here. I'll join them at the table. There we go. So I'm just going to take a very short break. Only like a couple of minutes. I will leave you with the screen still on. You can see people running around in the background if there are is anyone running around. I will run and grab a drink. Get up and have a little walk. Take a toilet break if anyone needs. I will be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. See you in a bit. a bit more awake. I've got a drink to keep me awake. So I'm ready to keep going. And jump back in with whatever I was doing. I became a white mage. Where do I pick up the unicorn quest? I want to say that it's back in New Gridania. I could be wrong, but I want to say that it's back at the Conjurer's Guild. Or possibly outside the Adder's Nest. Should be around there somewhere. It's definitely not there. There's something at New Gridania. Oh, Gridania, sorry. Oh, that's just mine. Maybe still. Maybe. We're still going to run over to the Conjurer's Guild and have a look. No. Is it in Middle Lanacea? Not Middle Lanacea. Why would it be there? The Central Shroud. Middle Lanacea. That would be nonsense. That wouldn't make any sense. Just jumping along next to someone that I know. Very amusing. I walked past them earlier as well, and I think they planted themselves, but I could be wrong. I don't know. They might even be watching the stream. I don't know. They're being secrety. Is it a sight to behold? No, that's the... No. No, it's not those. Where's my unicorn quest? I'm going to get this unicorn. Not a material girl. Look but won't touch. Not a material... No, it's not a material girl. Fungal frolic, but don't touch. Bird in hand is something that I can't do yet. My brain is completely blanking, and now I need to make sure that I look it up. Because I want to make sure that I get this unicorn first. Where do I unlock it? Level 30 Conjurer exclusive quest. Called Unicorn Power. The quest giver is Breya at the Conjurer's Guild. I thought it was at the Conjurer's Guild. Yeah, why did it? I thought it was at the Conjurer's Guild. And I went there and I couldn't find it. Guess we're going back to the Conjurer's Guild then, aren't we? Oh. Very silly. I guess also while I was looking things up, I should have looked up how to do that macro again. Let's quickly look that up too. Mount. Helps if I can mount. Macro. I could do the whole thing while running, even if it did end up with me going underneath the pier. Okay, it is just... I put / mount company chocolate. Apparently that's the macro. Apparently. But we shall find out when we get back out into the area in which we can mount. Almost level 32 as well. Making so much progress in various things. Freya. Unicorn power. I need to be a conjurer. That's very annoying. Your deeds of late have earned you the respect of all of Stillglade fame. People say you have a breath of fresh air within these still... People say you are a breath of fresh air within these still caverns. Truly you are an inspiration to us all. Having piled you with praise, I would make a request of you. An unusual creature has appeared in Fulgord Float in the North Shroud. Witnesses report that it is badly wounded. While it hasn't proven itself a danger to the locals, a wounded beast is unpredictable at the best of times. Please find it and provide it with such succor as you are able. No problem. It's in the North Shroud. Now that I've got that, I could re-equip my job zone, but I'm going to make sure that I finish the quest before doing that, just in case. Keep the out to the North Shroud. Even though I'm right by the exit, I'm going to quick teleport anyway. Hooray, it works! Perfect. Now I can just press the button and do that. Kill mid-swarms. My conjurer. Entry 7. I really have not been doing my conjuring log and should have been. Not that I really need the extra experience. Wait, was it just that one that I hadn't done? I guess so. I've now unlocked level 2 in my conjurer's log. So I wasn't that far behind. What is in level 2 of my Conjurer's hunting log? Tree slugs, arbor buzzard, goblin hunters, fireflies, mandragoras, boring weevils, fairy funguars, giant gnats, wolf poachers, quaker beaters, and black bats. Just various creatures around the shroud. It's not too bad. Various shroud creatures. I don't know if I think I have. I have not attuned to this yet. I forgot to attune to Camp Tranquil's one either. That was silly, I should have done that. Oh well. Me just running through, trying not to die. Uh-oh, they both minded me. Ah, keep running. Keep running, Matilda. Faster. Beautiful. Goodbye, unicorn. The creature seems grateful to you. No, I'll teleport. It's not that expensive, only 180. Now that I spend so much time running around, I'm now like, I'm going to start using these teleports. Welcome back, Tegan. You were able to find the creature? And what did it look like, if I might ask? Four-legged and tall, with a pristine white coat, and a single horn protruding from its brow. There is no mistake. That was a unicorn you healed. Unicorns are rare and mystic beasts, native to the inner regions of Coerthas. They are extremely shy and are wont to avoid all contact with man. The notion that you are able to gain its trust is most thrilling. I've seen enough wild creatures to know that its behaviour towards you means more than a simple gratitude. Nay, the unicorn must have sensed kinship in you. Should you doubt my words, Tegan, pray take this whistle and prepare yourself. A truly uplifting experience awaits. Hooray! And I acquired free cure for levelling up. And now I can put my crystal back on. Yep. And I can make sure that I actually use the whistle. Good. Now I could ride my unicorn if I wanted.